not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the 11th edition of DIG and to the awarding ceremony of Saturday night. I'm Valerio Bassan, the co-director of DIG Festival.
And I am Philippe Di Salvo, also one of the co-director of the festival. It's my first time being on duty for the jury, so it's great to be here with you.
Thank you. So we are so happy to be in this wonderful church with you. It's a full house, so I'm so happy. The finalists must be a bit, you know, tense. So let's start, I would say. Let's start with the teaser of DIG 2025.
Let's go.
Nobody can say they didn't know.
Photos and videos placed online by Israeli soldiers.
Those with power can do whatever they want.
It doesn't happen, really, until it does.
Do you hear that? They're beating them. You're next.
They were killed. How do you sleep at night?
Looking to move $100 million out of China.
A cloud is not a cloud, it is concrete, right? Cement, carbon footprint.
Qui non si sentono insetti.
Every child is a precious gift. Here to help you. You decide.
So as you might have noticed, we have a change of lineup. For those who were here in the previous years, I used to be on this stage with Silvia Boccardi, who's a journalist, one of the main supporters of DIG, one of my favorite people on earth. She's on board of the emergency life support boat with the flotilla going towards Gaza. So I reached out to her today, say that I miss her. And she said, well, she said some stuff, but she sent a video message, so it's better if she tells us.
Hello everyone, I am truly sorry I cannot be with you tonight at the festival. At this very moment, as you can see, I'm at sea with the Global Smooth Flotilla sailing towards Gaza. From here, it's impossible to ignore how often civilians, and especially journalists, are treated as targets rather than as human beings who deserve protection and dignity. And being away from you tonight makes me realize even more how important spaces like this festival are. Places where stories can be told freely, where truth can still find its way through noise, fear, and censorship. So please keep your eyes on us and especially on Gaza. Thank you and have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Silvia. We miss you and sorry to disappoint, you know. So, Valerio and I, as I was saying, are just two of the people who bring this festival together. So it's actually 5 of us, both of us, and in particular, 2 people are really committed in bringing the festival together, and they put so much energy and so much time and so much work together with us. So please let me welcome on stage Francesca Coin and Alberto Nerazzini, co-directors of the festival as well. I would love to have them on stage. Here they come. Where is Francesca?
Ooh,
Francesca
surprise.
Coin, you are required on stage. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting for Francesca. We need Francesca. Francesca Coin. That's beautiful. No, it's always like this. You know, we get on the stage, and this is a pleasure. But we get here exhausted and with our hearts full of joy. I just you know, and it's not over. You know, tomorrow it's a big day, the last day. It's beautiful. It's full of content, and if you see Francesca, you tell me. But I just want to. I just want to thank. I talk a lot. I talk too much. I'm tired, and I'm so happy because you know, we have to thank everyone. We have to thank all the speakers, all the directors, all the people who in these days gave a lot of words. We have seen beautiful things. We've seen amazing documentaries, and we keep going tomorrow. I'm just 2 people, 2 amazing people. One is actually they are the most wanted people in these hours. One is really wanted because after 14 years of investigation, on Thursday, he sent with his team, with his amazing team, journalistic team, the president of the French Republic to jail. We're not happy for that. We're happy because this is hope. This is real hope for our job. And I want to thank him. It's a double thank for Edoui Plenel. Thank you. Merci, Edoui. Because in these hours, when he was the most wanted person, all the journalistic world was looking for him. He was here with us. So this is something amazing for us, and I hope you felt at home. We love you, Edoui. Thank you, and thank you for your words.
Thank you.
And the other person, of course, is Francesca Albanese, the most wanted person in this crazy world, but she's wanted by the bad guys. And at the same time, I don't have words anymore to say thank you to Francesca for what she's doing and the big, huge hope. We are all with her, and she's really putting this system in big crisis. Jurors, jury, audio jury, video jury. You're beautiful, thank you. I mean, your dedication, I mean, amazing, thanks, because you did a great job, you took a lot of time. And finalists, this is just our ceremony. You already won with your passion, with your great attitude, and you really respect this job, and thanks. Good luck.
Grazie Alberto.
This is Francesca. I wanted Francesca. I don't know why she's not here.
I have no idea. But since you're here, maybe you want to tell us something about the title of this edition. She's wanted as well, apparently.
I'm
but
worried.
Since you're here.
I mean, we already said that. I mean, it's, you know, we had a lot of discussion for our team. The title is very important, and Targets is the necessary title for this edition of the festival. We already said that we dedicate this festival, Dig Festival 2025, to all the victims in Gaza and to all the journalistic victims in Gaza. We never seen anything like that. In Gaza, have been killed, you know, an amazing number of journalists, almost 300 journalists, media operators, and this is for them. Our heart is in Gaza. We can stop the genocide, and this Dig Festival is just proving that if we stay together, we can stop it. So, thank you. And
Thank you.
Viva Dig!
Viva Dig!
Alberto Nerazzini.
So as you know, we are an independent festival, which is not an empty word for us. We try to stay away from funding that we don't like, that might compromise the editorial line of the festival. But we have some people that actually believe in Dig and support us since the start, so I would love to thank them. And our main financial supporters are, of course, the Municipality of Modena, City of Media Arts and City of Festivals, the Foundation of Modena, so thank you so much, and the Emilia-Romagna Film Commission, the film commission of this region. And I want to show you a short video about the amazing things that the cinema in this region is doing right now. Era qua prima. Thank you.
Whoa, big news.
Francesca's here.
There you go. It's good to see you.
It's good to see
It's
you.
good to see
Come
you.
in the
It's good to
middle.
see you too.
You didn't want to do this at all.
I didn't want to be on stage. But at this point, I think after, I'm speaking in English, is that all right?
Yeah.
English, yeah.
Okay. So after these 2 days, I'm the only one who's not a journalist in the board, and I must say I was truly excited because the one notion that kept coming up is the notion of colonialism, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, how genocide is related to colonialism, how our challenges are related to colonialism. I was truly I felt the warmth of this intellectual community that brought that back to the center, even though as a society we tend to avoid the colonial question. So I want to thank all the speakers for bringing this heartwarming sense of being on the same side of a struggle. And that's all I could say.
That was brilliant, Francesca.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. Thank you so much.
So,
to you.
we are zigzagging a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we go improv,
improvisation. Also, I would like to thank the partners that make this festival like such a big right now. We can say it's big, no?
Yeah, quite big.
It's getting quite big. Maybe too much. Maybe we should keep it smaller. But no, we want to thank also the volunteers, our team, all the people that make this possible physically, because that's the most important thing. And all the partners, the media partners, the promotional partners, the on-site partners in the city for food, for driving, for transportation, accommodation, so everyone that helps us building a network of like-minded people, hopefully, that share the same value and support a festival that's not so easy to support. And of course, I would like to thank the mayor of Modena and Massimo Mezzetti and the city head of culture, Andrea Bortalamasi. Grazie Andrea, grazie mille.
Thank you so much.
And that's it.
Yeah, so I think it's time to get real with the actual ceremony. And as you know, this is our 11th edition, so we've been doing this for quite a while, I have to say. And over all these years, we've been awarding the best documentaries and best podcasts from all over the world. We have 6 competition categories: investigative, long and medium, reportage long and medium, short and audio podcasts. And you have been seeing all these wonderful pieces of journalism at the cinema these days. And of course, we also have the Dig Pitch, which is very close to our heart, through which we give every year 15,000 euros to fund promising piece of journalism which is in the making. And we do this thanks to the amazing support of the Matteo Scanni Foundation. As you know, Matteo is our friend. He was the founder of Dig, and he sadly passed away way too soon, and we miss him so much. But the foundation is keeping his memory and his work alive and is funding the pitch every year now. We also give the Watchdog Award, which is decided by the board and not by the jury, which we use every year as a special mention to give like significance and, how to say, assign to those journalists who have been doing excellent work and keeping the journalistic ideals alive. And you may wonder, what are these awards?
Yeah.
What do the people winning get when they get a...
What's in those boxes?
Exactly, what's in those the black boxes. And every year we give an actual prize. This year is a piece of art, created by Attack and Them, who are the artists who authored the watchdogs of this edition. So Attack from Germany and Them from Italy not only designed the watchdogs, but you can also see some of their work in the exhibition in the Complesso San Paolo for a few days more.
Few weeks, actually.
Weeks,
yeah,
actually.
Until October 19.
That's great. So we have a video where we can show you what the awards actually are, and I'll be silent for a while.
Magari dividiamo investigative e reportage. Qual è il cane più investigative secondo voi?
Okay. So big applause to Attack and Dan. And also, we have been saying this for a while, but it's worth repeating. Dig is a big machine. It's full of people and things that need to get done to have the festival going. And doing these things is incredibly expensive. And we have been asking for a little help that we need in order to keep the festival free, both in terms of access and in terms of spirit, and we need some financial support to keep it as it is. So as you know, there is a crowdfunding campaign that will be running for a few weeks ongoing. So if you can, in any capacity, support us also in this way, please donate to our crowdfunding campaign.
Yep, thanks. So let's get real.
Yep.
We're actually starting the ceremony and awarding the winners. But first, I want to introduce you the audio jury for 2025, who's sitting right here in front of me. You're beautiful. And I will start with Angelo Miotto. Can you please stand up, Angelo? Woo! Angelo, I mean, he's here since the beginning, so he knows everything about this festival. He's a podcaster, journalist, worked for several years in big radios in Italy, produced cross-border projects and investigation with Matteo Scanni as well, that we remember, in Europe, Latin America, Africa, and he's also the founder and editor-in-chief of Q-Code Mag. So thank you, Angelo, for being here. Then we have the only new entry for this year, Silvia Cruz La Peña. Can you stand up, Silvia? Woo! Thank you. So Silvia is the editor-in-chief for El País Audio, and she worked as a freelancer for more than a decade for many newspapers like El Mundo, radios as well, Radio Nacional de España, Cadena Ser. Today she directs the investigative audio series published by El País, and she's responsible for Hoy en El País, which was the podcast I was listening to a few months ago when I was trying to learn Spanish. So thank you, Silvia. Didn't go as planned, but this podcast was amazing. And you won several awards, like the Ondas Award for Most Innovative Format at the Global Podcast Awards in 2023. Thank you for being here. Then we have Giulia Nucci. Giulia. She's the executive producer for original podcasts at Radio Rai 3, the Italian public network. She's also the curator of Tre Soldi, a program dedicated to audio documentaries, and Il Tuffo, a show that explores social changes through life stories. Thanks. Then, second last, Jonathan Zenti. Jonathan. I love you guys. Jonathan is a podcast author, a legend of Italian podcasting, I will say, writer and producer, has worked for many years with Radio 3 as well, and with many international radio stations like the BBC, CBC, ABC Australia, and he won a lot of awards as well. So thank you, Jonathan, for being back this year. Thanks. And that's it? No, sorry. Adèle Humbert. Adèle is a French award-winning investigative journalist and podcast producer with 10 years of experience, and she's the co-founder and CEO of Insider Podcast, a studio that's known for producing impactful, narrative-driven investigation. And she also won the very first Dig Award in the audio section with the Best Investigative Podcast in 2022. If I remember correctly. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
So, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's start with the first competition category, audio and podcasts. The category is reserved for audio storytelling and radio investigations, podcasts, and audio series dealing with relevant and topical issues. Let's see, or rather hear, who the finalists are.
One night, I found myself staring at this diagram of a chemical, two hexagons connected by a line. It was so simple, yet so elegant. The shapes were hydrocarbons, and locked together, they make a chemical that can withstand fire. I couldn't believe that something so tiny could be so transformative, and I knew nothing about it. Here's another thing I didn't know. In the story of this chemical, there was a witness who stood in the way.
Hello, my love. I'm in the place where our daughter's cells are, from the cord blood. Everything is here. It's all here. I've seen the 3 tanks, the 4 samples, 2 of tissue and 2 of blood, and I've seen how they work. They do it very well. I'm excited because there's only life here.
Okay. And this is what I told you guys. It's all good. All good. It's the IDF. I wanted to imagine a music festival.
La voce che state ascoltando è quella di Asaf, la nostra guida turistica. Mi trovo al sito del Nova Festival e questa è solo una delle tappe di un viaggio surreale che ho fatto nei luoghi colpiti dagli attacchi di Hamas del 7 ottobre 2023. Alcuni lo definirebbero, senza pensarci 2 volte, tour dell'orrore. Qui lo chiamano storie di resilienza e speranza.
If you were looking for an emblem, one single image that perfectly captures the misplaced priorities that have led to a spike in homelessness and frankly made home ownership an unaffordable luxury for an entire generation of young people, this pool might be it.
Why have they done it? Because no one stopped them doing it, because they had plenty of money to do it. It helped self-development.
It was a grey, drizzly morning in Segovia, a small Colombian mining town balanced precariously on the northwestern tip of the Andes. And Colombia's notorious riot police, in black Robocop riot gear and black ponchos, were lined up on top of a hill. Below them was the main picket line, set up by the informal gold miners who called a general strike. It was lightly manned by a handful of people, sheltering under eaves from the rain.
What an amazing group of work.
Yeah, definitely. And, okay, I have to do it.
It's to you.
Can I have a drum roll? No. Fine. Bad.
Your quality, Valerio. Let's go.
And the winner of the DIG Award 2025 for the audio and podcast category is Buried, The Last Witness. Smoke Trade Productions, BBC Radio 4. By Dan Ashby and Lucy Taylor, who I invite on stage.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Da un microfono.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Sorry.
You're making me make a speech.
Yeah.
You didn't want.
But
wow,
wait,
okay.
first I read you the jury motivation, if you like to
Sorry?
hear it. I can read you the jury motivation if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a choice for real, but I want to be kind. A highly impactful project capable of transforming a complex environmental issue into an accessible and profoundly human story. The creators brought warmth and intimacy, guiding listeners with empathy and professionalism through the investigation. Among its greatest strengths are a beautifully composed soundtrack and immersive sound design, which give the reportage an ambitious, almost operatic creativity, rarely seen in an investigative audio journalism piece. The writing is equally powerful, engaging, and precise, and rich with narrative twists that captivate the audience, maintaining focus on the topic with clarity and depth. Buried stands out for its rigor, solidity, and emotional resonance. With a remarkable balance of investigative depth, narrative mastery, and artistic ambition, it represents investigative podcasting at its best.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll try read all that back to Lucy when I get home, tell her it was worth it.
First of all, it's been such a privilege to be part of the finalists, and when you hear the journalism that was done in this category, and indeed the other categories, some of the films I've watched have just blown me away. So really, as we've talked about, you know, everyone here is a winner tonight. It's the journalism's been extraordinary. But for me as an environmental journalist, normally my job is to depress everyone, right? I normally come here and I tell you how the world's going to end. But I want to try be a little bit optimistic tonight because, you know, we know with the kind of environmental crisis we're all facing that it's largely a crisis of storytelling. We have the solutions, we have the science, we have the political answers, but we cannot motivate ourselves to choose those answers. And I feel like coming to DIG, I've met so many wonderful storytellers, so many amazing investigative journalists that I kind of have this renewed faith that we can tell these stories. And I was kind of thinking to myself, you know, if investigative journalists were a species, we're definitely an endangered species, but what species would we be? And I kept thinking back to this video I watched. I don't know if you saw it. It was a viral video of a lion. I spent a lot of my life in Africa, and it was being fought off by a honey badger. I don't know if this went viral. And I kind of think of investigative journalists as honey badgers, kind of, we're not very big, we're not very powerful, but we just keep going, and eventually those big scary lions, we tell them we're not going to move.
That's a very good speech.
So thank you Modena, and thank you DIG. It's a real pleasure.
Dan.
Thank you.
If you go this way, you can actually get the real award. Thank you very much. Thank you. So,
you set a high standard for
the
speeches.
Yeah, be ready for that. So from now on, we will concentrate on all the video categories that we will award. And of course, it's not me and Valerio deciding who gets the prizes, but it's actually our amazing international jury who is sitting here in front of us. So we'll introduce them to you in no particular order. I'm glad to start with Hoda Hosman. Can you please stand up? Where are you? I can't see you. There she is. She's an amazing New York-based investigative journalist who works with the Arab Reporters for Investigative Journalism, and she has been recently focused on international collaborations, including the crucial Gaza project together with Forbidden Stories. Also, Manisha Ganguly, there she is, investigations correspondent and head of visual investigations at The Guardian. She focuses on international conflict and dissidents. She has won many, many awards, and she also has a PhD. Hannibal Hernandez, a newcomer to the jury. It's great to have you here. Mexican investigative journalist, recognized all over the world for exposing drug trafficking and alleged ties between US officials and drug lords. In 2012, she received the Golden Pen of Freedom from the World Association of Newspapers and News Publishers. It's great to have you with us. And then also newcomer Hula Setereje, she's there, from Sweden, the president of FGJ, the Swedish Association for Investigative Reporters. She's a former lecturer in journalism at the University of Gothenburg, Sweden. Then we have, for the first time in the jury, Fabio Bucciarelli, the Italian quota, an Italian photographer, journalist, and author, acclaimed for documenting conflicts and humanitarian crises with a deeply empathetic and reflective style. You can see some of his work upstairs in this building with an amazing exhibition about the occupied territories. He has won so many awards. We will take 1 hour to read all of them. It is great. It is so great to have you with us. And then honorary member of the jury, I would say. She has been serving in this position for many years. Gabriela Manuli, the director of special projects at the International Press Institute, one of the most important international organizations about journalism. And before that, for over a decade, she was deputy director of the Global Investigative Journalism Network. Then we have Axel Björklund, who is there. Also from Sweden, the head of Mission Investigative, the most acclaimed television program for investigative journalism in Sweden, also Philip Di Salvo official look-alike. Then we have the legend of the jury, Marco Nassivera. I don't see, there he is, who has been working for the French-German TV station Arte for 3 decades, and he started as a reporter, and he created the international news magazine Arte Reportage from 2013 to 2023. He has been news director there, and is really the legend of our jury, as I was saying. Then we also have Sophie Leblond from Canada, actually from Quebec, a film professor at École des médias of the Université du Québec in Montreal, and an award-winning film editor. She works in both documentary and fiction with various directors, including Denis Villeneuve and many, many others. She's currently focused on directing the documentary Laza, a portrait of the Mexican-American singer and artist Laza de Sela. It's great to have you, Sophie, this year.
Thank you.
And then, of course, we mentioned him already, but our amazing, stellar president, Edwy Plenel, who is sitting there. Veteran of French journalism with nearly 50 years of experience. He spent 25 of these at Le Monde, basically shaping the history of journalism in French. And then he had the great idea in 2008 to co-found Mediapart, who has been making quite some news these days, I would say, pioneering digital-only publication in investigative journalism. So, guys, as always, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for your amazing work. You're all stars to us. Wow.
Was long?
Quite long, yeah?
Should have split, probably.
Nah, it's fine.
So, both juries had a long day yesterday, deciding the winners. The video jury especially took like a few extra hours because the categories were many, and the competition is always very hard at dig, and who was in the other years knows it. So I will, without further ado, start with the video categories, and I will say let's start with the short category.
Let's go. See you in a bit.
We can watch the teasers.
معاناة الأكل، إيش بدك تاكل، إيش بدك تفطر أولادك أو تغدي أولادك. بتلف الأسواق كلها. ما فيش حاجة في الأسواق. وين موجود؟ يعني لما بدك تعمل أدنى طبخة يعني بدها تكلفك مبلغ وقدره.
هدول جماعتكم هدول. هدول أولادك؟ الله لا يسامحك إنك. لك والله لندعس على كل علوي. رح ندعس عليكم ان شاء الله قريبا ان شاء الله لانه انتم اللي بديتوا انتم اللي بديتوا انتم اللي بديتوا انتم غدارين.
Deux figures palestiniennes parmi les premières à être libérées en échange des otages à Gaza. Dans la matinée, le cessez-le-feu a pris effet dans la bande de Gaza. Dans l'après-midi, 3 otages israéliennes ont été libérés. L'échange peut donc avoir lieu. Il est 20h à Ramallah et aucune information officielle n'a été transmise aux familles.
They stopped my taxi, handcuffed and blindfolded me. The jailer would knock on the cell door and say, "Do you hear that? They're beating them. You're next." Even though the prison has caged us, it cannot cage our voices.
Illegal, addictive opioids are flooding the streets of West Africa, destroying thousands of lives and fueling a public health crisis. It's happening in Côte d'Ivoire, in Ghana, in Nigeria. But where are these pills coming from?
This is very unaffordable. But nowadays this is
quite impressive as well.
And the winner of the Dig Award 2025 for the short category is India's Opioid Kings by BBC Investigations.
Congratulations. Welcome. Hello.
Congratulations.
Congrats. The mics for you.
So,
as you wish.
The jury said that a piece of great investigative journalism that gets to the heart of a public health problem in Africa, where poor neighborhoods in Nigeria and Ghana have been invaded by the highly addictive synthetic opioid tramadol, produced like medicine by a legally established pharmaceutical company in India. While the owners earn millions, they increase the misery of hundreds of people. In the United States, a pandemic of fentanyl, another synthetic opioid that has caused the deaths of more than 300,000 people in the last 4 years, also originated from a major pharmaceutical company. This investigation is a powerful contribution to public health, raising a red flag about a crisis that could spiral out of control. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to DIG and the jury. We were definitely not expecting this because the competition was intense, and it's been just such a privilege to even be here nominated, let alone to be receiving this. There were two of us on the stage, but there was a huge team involved in this. So Surabi Tandon, Yaya Masahudu, the reporter in Ghana, Richard Wiley, Daniel Adamson, Chion Siyinka, Charu Kasturi, who brought the story to us originally. And I think, it was a film about opioid trafficking and how one company were able to create a very harmful, highly addictive pill that was not medically licensed anywhere and package it up as a pharmaceutical product and export it in the millions to West Africa and target particularly vulnerable communities. Where we saw the extent of the harm it was doing there. Perhaps in kind of happy news, the company has been shut down, but and the exports have been stopped, which is very encouraging. But I guess a lot of the systems, the attitudes, and lack of governance that sort of allowed this to happen is still in place. So still a lot more work to be done. And maybe just a final point from me, at least, sorry, I'm taking time, but is we spoke to a lot of people who are addicted to opioid pills in Nigeria and in Ghana, where it's very stigmatized. And they were very brave, and they shared their stories of pain and shame with us. So this is in part, I think, a recognition of their struggle and their bravery. So thank you. Sorry, did you want to say anything?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank the festival organizers. This has been such a fantastic experience, and also to all the journalists who are here. As Steph said, the film enabled the government of India to shut the pharmaceutical company down, which I think, or I hope, serves as a reminder to the power of journalism, to what we can achieve when we speak truth to power, because it is an extremely difficult time in journalism at the moment. Our colleagues are being persecuted all over the world. So I hope that our film serves as a reminder to the work that we can keep doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
All right. And I can also say that tomorrow the winners are going to be the winning films are going to be shown again at the cinema, with the authors presenting them in the medium and short categories. So they will have the chance to meet the public, meet the audience, and you can also see their films again.
So check the program, the print one and the online one.
Yeah.
Back to our program instead. It's time for the third category, which is reportage medium, which is dedicated for projects lasting between 15 and 40 minutes, reportage, that analyze and narrate issues of social relevance using original points of view and journalistic cuts. Let's see who the finalists are.
Questo è uno sparo di un drone, perché qui siamo in una zona non sicura. Non ci sono posti sicuri a Gaza.
About to do something illegal.
Look at this forbidden item I keep at home. It's the melody of a song called Glory to Hong Kong. It was our movement's anthem in 2019. But a court declared it illegal, so this music box is now a banned object.
Il est 12h49 le 28 mars, lorsqu'un violent séisme frappe la Birmanie.
Parla non finisce mai.
Lo que he visto yo, esta gente, para avanzar, para combatir con los huracanes, entre las tormentas y las inundaciones, no están
preparados para combatirlas ante
cualquier cosita, cualquier lluvia muy fuerte. Nuevo Orleans siempre se jode.
siempre es desastre y todo.
There are thought to be about 120,000 victims, though the real number is hard to estimate.
كم ህዝቢ ምውዳእ ታውዮ ከለኻ
ከም ተጋሩ ትግራዋይነትና ጸሊእና ክንነብር ተኾይና ተዓብዪ ክብሪ ዘለዎ ነገር ኣብ ትግራይ ኣደ ስለ ዝኾነት ብኣደና መፅያ ማለት እዩ ክንስበር ተኾይልና ኣደ ክትስበር ከም ዝግባኣ ይፈልጡ እዮም from the beginning.
And the winner of the Dig Awards 2025 for the reportage medium category is Tigray Rape as a Weapon, Kraken Films, and Arte and Anye Nabad should be here, so please join us on stage. Congratulations. And I will read the jury motivation. Powerful and sensitive portrayal of a war crime that is almost impossible to document. Rape as a weapon of war. The stories of survivors are told with intimacy and remarkable access. The film gives voice to survivors and lays bare the trauma they endure while perpetrators remain free. A harrowing, vital, and outstanding indictment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hello, thank you very much. Thank you to the jury to choose our film. We are very honored with my co-director Marianne Getty to receive this award for a film about a forgotten conflict, the conflict in Tigray, which occurred between 2020 and 2022. And it was a conflict undercovered because it was complicated to go in this region even after the end of the war. So Abiy Ahmed, the Prime Minister of Tigray, prevented journalists to go there. And so I will thank a lot our producer, Kraken, to believed of our film from the very beginning, and also we want to thank Arte, who took the risk to found this very difficult project to make. But of course the people I think of most today is two women we followed in the film, Meseret Hadoush, so a woman who listened of thousands of survivors' testimonies, and also Moulou Mesfin, a nurse we followed in the film, who still, 2 years after the end of the conflict, received dozens of rape survivors in her cabinet. And of course, I want to thank all the women who testified in our film. who had the courage to do it because in Tigray society rape is very taboo, and so they suffered a triple penalty, so physical consequences, but also a lifelong trauma, psychological trauma, and of course they are rejected by their communities. So we, as a journalist, we have the responsibility to keep investigating on this very forgotten topic and important topic. So thank you very much to this award.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations again. Thank you. The actual award.
This is big festival. Everything
real,
is a bit random and improvised, but we love it. We don't
always
want to
say-
change. We don't
we
want to
always say
change.
it's a punk festival.
It's
you
a bit
know.
of a punk festival, yeah. So let's move on to the fourth category.
Yep.
And this category reserved to, two investigations that last between 15 and 40 minutes. They use original sources and investigative techniques to bring out new elements in the subject matter, investigative medium category.
On June 25th, everything changed.
Qua, è qua. Sì, sì,
More than
il cane rosso.
100,000 Kenyans hit the streets of Nairobi. Their aim? Occupy the parliament.
Suddenly, Chinese money brokers began to control the laundering of Mexican cartel proceeds. And they started to do it for 1% to 2%. Those were charges or broker fees that were unheard of. We believe that the Mexican cartels increased their bottom line, their net profits, by 3% to 5% by simply partnering with Chinese money launderers.
They documented this process all on highly specialized encrypted phones that they thought were secure. They never thought the phone's encryption could be cracked, but it was. And no one thought this whole brutal mess would connect to Serbian law enforcement and officials. But again, it did.
An uprising in Bangladesh, with protesters calling out corruption by the political elite, resulting in the Prime Minister fleeing the country. We went undercover into his network.
My clients are very untouchable people.
To investigate allegations of a hidden fortune.
Et il lui a expliqué qu'il y avait un traitement révolutionnaire qui s'appelait le Propecia et qu'il pouvait le consommer. Donc l'histoire a commencé ainsi. Nous avions revu la dame qui avait prescrit à Romain une année après, et Romain lui a dit « Madame, je suis très fatiguée, j'ai des trous de mémoire, je ressens les choses différemment et j'ai des problèmes de libido. » Et il lui a dit « Mais arrête de regarder n'importe quoi, c'est dans ta tête. »
And the winner of the 2025 DIG Award for the Investigative Medium category is The Minister's Million by Al Jazeera Investigative Unit. Adrian, can you come on stage? Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
So the jury wrote that the film is an impressive investigation that reveals how a government minister from Bangladesh earning a $12,000 salary was able to illegally purchase more than 600 luxury properties in 5 cities around the world. The use of undercover reporting provides unique insight into the minister's holdings, including an extraordinary guided tour of his $14 million London home. exposing the entire network that enables this corruption. The Minister's Millions is an example of ambitious accountability reporting and had an immediate impact. Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking against such strong competition that we would win. So thank you for DIG Festival for nominating us and to the jury. I'm here to accept the prize, but it was a big team effort. Started quite a long time ago. It was a long-term project. Had a big undercover element. And the only thing I have to say is that since the film was broadcast, the National Crime Agency in the UK froze all of the minister's UK assets. And the house that, if you had a chance to see the film, the house that we filmed the minister in has been padlocked, and he no longer has access to that house or any other UK properties. So, you know.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you so much. Go this way for receiving the award. So, we're moving to the long categories, and we start with reportage long, which is reserved for video reportage of a minimum duration of 40 minutes that analyze and narrate socially relevant issues using original points of view and journalistic cuts. And these are this year's finalists.
Go. Nese. Лютва ти се обажда. Не се върнах. Какво? Не се върнах. Не. Не мога да се върна.
Pas sortir de la caille, vous menez vous de la caille. On prend l'aime du on prend l'opportunité de prendre la rue, de sortir. Ça veut dire que nous même de la boumé, de tout ça de la nous chez population nous tout. On prend.
When you're looking at these files and reviewing them, there's two things that are striking at once. One is how just banal they are, just mundane, just day in, day out reports. And on the other hand, you think about what all this mundane material is piling up to, which is the kidnapping, torture, and potential disappearance of suspect after suspect after suspect.
We are really optimistic about the potential for AI to help scientists cure, prevent, and manage all diseases in this century.
Some robots will eat some jobs, and some robots will kill humans. But when you look at the trend as a whole, I think it's going to be incredibly positive.
For humanity.
That's religious fanaticism. The anti-abortion movement in the United States is dominated by the Catholics and the white nationalist, white supremacist Christian evangelicals. It's a fascist movement. There is no such thing as an abortion debate. It's a civil war. And one side is using bullets and bombs.
The winner of the DIG Award 2025 for reportage long category is Haiti, the iron grip of the gangs, France 24, Catherine Norris-Trent and Romeo Langlois. Please join us on stage. Congrats. And let me read the jury motivation first. Journalism is, first and foremost, about being present on the ground. But this can never be taken for granted. It requires courage, preparation, and the ability to move around, knowing that not all places offer the same conditions of safety. Today, Haiti is one of the most complex and dangerous places in which to practice the journalistic profession. Haiti, the iron grip of the gangs, powerfully recounts this reality, revealing a country where violence is now endemic, impunity reigns, and gangs limit freedom of movement and hope for the future. It is a film that reflects not only the brutality of the Haitian situation, but also the resilience of journalism when confronted with the most extreme environments. Congratulations again.
Grazie a tutti. Thank you so much. I'm very happy, very honored to be here. Thank you to the jury. Thank you to DIG. I've been here for 2 days, seeing incredible documentaries, incredible productions. It's a very, very important festival, and after those 2 days, I feel very happy and very proud to be part of this big family of journalists and reporters and investigative journalists. So congratulations to all. I want to thank 2 people very important who have been making this documentary with me, my friend and colleague, Catherine Norris-Trent, who could not come tonight because she was 2 days ago, she was in Ramallah for other stories, and who is a brilliant and very human journalist. And another colleague and friend who is Jean Mendel, is a brave and very brilliant, very courageous Haitian journalist. He's having very difficult moments in his country, in Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. He had the key role in the production of this documentary. Without him, this story, this film would not exist. Really, he was very, very important for us. And I think also, beyond him, all the fixers who are invisible and who work with us all the year and who have a key role in the production of those investigations. I'm very happy tonight we are speaking about Haiti. I saw so many very good productions about Gaza. It's very important to speak about Gaza, about Ukraine, but there are so many conflicts, forgotten conflicts. And it's very important. When I was filming with my 2 colleagues this documentary 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, was under control of the gang. Now it's 90%, which is under control of the gang, and the real possibility exists that maybe the gang is going to storm the whole area and take the control of the whole city. So we saw a very brave population. We try not only to show and to film gang members, but also to show the resilience of Haitian people. It's very important to keep our eyes on this kind of crisis who have not maybe geopolitical important consequences. So thank you to everyone for making them exist.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Thank you.
So I think maybe this is the appropriate time to also remind that there is a group of people that selects the finalists that then the juries listen to or watch. And it's almost 50 people that work, like journalists, video maker, documentaries, producers, executive producers, working the whole summer when we close the call for entries in June until almost now, because the films come, the selection of the films is done basically at the end of July, beginning of August. So it's everything super quick, but we try to bring to Modena the best investigative projects of the year and of this year, not of 2 years ago. So thanks to all these people that had to choose among almost 500 submissions this year, so a lot. And being a finalist at DIG is always harder and harder every year. So I think that even the people that are not bringing a trophy home tonight must be proud and happy about being here and selected at our festival, or we hope so, but thanks for submitting it at least. And now we move to probably one of the most important categories that we have, called investigative long. And the category is reserved to investigative documentaries with a minimum duration of 40 minutes. They use original sources and investigative techniques to bring out new elements on the subject. Let's see the finalists, Investigative Long 2025.
rescued them after they had been walking for 2.5 to 3 days with no water, no food. They were disoriented, and in desert temperatures, as you can see, they needed water.
Do you know anything about that? What can you report at this stage? All right. Yumna, please take cover.
We knew that this, or the retaliation, is going to be so much bigger than before.
Nobody can come as a witness against Lundin.
Swedish oil billionaire Ian Lundin is on trial for complicity in war crimes.
We welcome this investigation. We're open to discuss. We have nothing to hide, basically.
But people willing to testify against him are being subjected to serious violence.
They killed him? Yeah.
بيجي الليل طبعا بالقلق وبالخوف وبالرعب لأنه الليل بيعني لنا الخوف. مرات شفط البيوت بتروح بتنزل، مرات قصف بالاف 16. فدائما أنا أولادي عن نفسي أطفالي عايشين بالرعب وبالخوف.
هون عم يعلقوا الناس يعني هون على الواو يعلقوا الناس هيك هذول الجنازير يجيب هذا يشبحنا هيك يعني هي طريقة الشبح هيك يكون حاطط كلبشة هون ونعمل هيك يشدنا لفوق نوقف على يعني أطراف الأصابع تقريبا نص ساعة بعدين الواحد يغمى عليه يعني خلاص ما عاد يتحمل. هذا اللي كان يصير.
All very urgent and important films. And the 2025 Dig Award in the investigative long category goes to Surviving Syria's Prisons by Sasha Joel Achille and Sara Obeidan.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We really did not expect that at all. At all. I think for us it's really important to thank, the first person to thank is Shadi Haroun and his brother Hadi, who trusted us with their stories. Especially Shadi had never spoken about what had happened to him, and he really, really put his faith in us and stuck with us for 2.5 years. Like, when is this film coming out, girls? And then it was a labor of love. It took a lot of people to make this film. So our producer, Saad Al-Nasif, Amal Katafi, our other producer, Drew Patterson, incredible editor who put so much love and soul and breathed life into this film. Firaz Abu Fakr, our composer, also just brought everything to life. Josh Baker, who filmed all the scenes in Syria. Zach Caldwell, incredible DOP. Brendan Easton. Visually, it was really hard to figure out how to engage people with a film where most of the contributors are anonymous and they're all men, and for the British audience, they're all speaking Arabic, and we were like, how do we do this? So we took the best talent out there to try and make this.
And Sarah, sorry, I forgot obviously to read the jury motivation. So can I read it now? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Surviving Syria's Prisons is an important and timely film that uses testimony as a central investigative method to collect vital evidence. The filmmakers gained remarkable access and conducted the interviews with sensitivity and professionalism, approaching the subject with sincere interest. They did not shy away from speaking directly to the torturers, the first line of offenders, in their tenacious search for accountability.
It's really
Thank you.
I just want to say one quick thing, is when we started making this film in 2023, we were consistently asked by so many people, why? And why do we care? And who cares? And can we not waste our time? And the reason we kept going is because this was still happening, and people were still in prison, and people were still disappeared. And even though the regime, the Assad regime has fallen, this film, at least for me and for us, is a reminder that even when the stories stop being trendy, as long as there is torture, as long as people are imprisoned, as long as there is occupation, as long as there is genocide, we will continue to cover those stories until this is over. So, thanks so much.
Thank you. And congratulations again. Thank you.
But there is one thing that we actually usually ask the jury not to do, but this year was impossible to say no, because the jury decided to award a special jury prize also in the investigative long category. And the special jury prize at the DIG Awards 2025 for the investigative long category goes to The Night Won't End by Kavita Chekuru, Al Jazeera English.
Congratulations.
And now I read the motivation first. I learned my lesson. So, Kavita, the 10 members of the jury unanimously decided to award a special jury prize to this in-depth investigation of 3 Palestinian families, which is both sensitive and rigorous. This unique film could not be seen as just another testimony among many. It had to be singled out at this unprecedented moment in history, with journalists being killed in Gaza and the international media unable to access the area for 2 years. The jury made this choice to express their hope that this night will end as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. Gosh, I didn't expect that, so now I'm very nervous. I want to say thank you to DIG, not just for this recognition, but seeing the focus on Palestine at this festival and the honesty to talk about colonialism and say genocide. I work in the US, that doesn't happen. That honesty in the US journalism industry doesn't exist, and I wish it did. So seeing this it's really wonderful. Because of that, I really wish that our colleagues in Gaza were the ones on the stage. I know it's the end of the night, so I'm gonna be short, but I really hope that next time it's them on the stage and that they are able to come and go from Gaza as they please, as they want, not because they've been displaced, and that they have the freedom that all of us enjoy. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, a few years ago, we of the DIG board decided to add another award to the one we had been given for a few years. So we decided to create the Watchdog Award, which is decided by us on the board and not by the jury. It's a different kind of award. It's something that we do symbolically to award excellence in journalism and those who keep journalism alive and all its idols in the highest regards. So I'm going to read a text that expresses what the DIG board this year decided in regards to the Watchdog Award. With the Watchdog Award, the DIG board wants to celebrate excellence in journalism and those who embody its ideals, missions, and resilience. In one word, Sumud. This edition of the DIG Festival is titled Targets Intentionally. It is a way for us to remember those under attack, those who report, and those who denounce. This applies especially to journalists and to anyone targeted for refusing to be silenced. According to UN figures, 252 journalists and media workers have been killed since bombs began falling on Gaza in 2023. More journalists have been killed in Gaza than in both world wars, the Vietnam War, the wars in Yugoslavia, and the war in Afghanistan, all combined. And I'm going to repeat this. More journalists have been killed in Gaza than in both world wars, the Vietnam War, the wars in Yugoslavia, and the war in Afghanistan, all combined. This is the deadliest moment for journalists in the history of journalism itself. Like never before, journalists are deliberate targets, and the Israeli tactics have been widely exposed. Last year, if you remember, we decided to give the Watchdog Award to Palestinian journalists in Gaza and to the Press House Palestine, an organization that has served as a support network for media workers in Palestine, and especially during this latest horrific and criminal war and genocide. This year, we insist. This is an unprecedented time, and the message must be repeated. No one embodies the highest ideals of journalism like Palestinian journalists, the bravest watchdog of all. Today, we celebrate them once more as loudly as possible. The DIG board dedicates the 2025 Watchdog Award again to Palestinian watchdogs in Gaza, to those who lost their lives in the service of truth and justice, and to those who continue that mission. And I urge you all to give them the loudest applause you can possibly think of. I'm not stopping this. So we are honored tonight to call to the stage Mohammed Habed, a Palestinian journalist who has been working for AFP, Agence France Presse, since 2003. He was in Gaza until last year and now continues his work from exile. Alongside him, I'm also calling on stage Jonathan Tagar, head of the Middle East desk for Reporters Without Borders, the leading international organization defending press freedom and journalistic liberties worldwide. So this year, the Watchdog Award is to all Palestinian journalists in Gaza, in the West Bank, everywhere on this planet. But we entrust the award in their hands, hoping that it will, at a certain point, reach Gaza and a free Palestine as soon as possible. So Mohammed, I would like to ask you to, I don't know if that is even possible, but to briefly summarize your story and what brought you here tonight on this stage.
First of all, thank you very much for this festival and invite us. So sorry because I want to speak in Arabic. Maybe my little English language was destroyed during also the genocide. So let me just tell you that I left Gaza Strip after 7 months. After this, I felt so sad because I left behind me the new generation of the journalists. I left behind me many journalists who will continue us moving the reality in Gaza City. Now, at this stage, I'm sorry because I start speaking in English, not speaking in Arabic.
No worries.
Now at the stage here, I'm feeling the same feeling. I'm happy because you are giving the Palestinian journalists this prize, but at the same time, I'm very sad because the journalists are still targeting in Gaza. The journalists are still suffering in Gaza. Maybe I left during targeting, but the new generation now continues with targeting and famines or hungry. Is it right?
Yes. That's very good.
So they are suffering more than us. 2 years now, and more than 250 Palestinian journalists killed. So I move for all of you one message from my colleagues in Gaza. Just today, I chat with them. They told me to tell all of you when the genocide will stop. Is it will stop after killing all the journalists or what? They're telling me also maybe this genocide will be like a permission. This permission will let or allow for any other conflict, killing the journalists, the same what happened in Gaza Strip. So I hope at the next festival here, stand here, and I don't want to say that stand here and the genocide stop. No, I need it to stop tomorrow morning. So I hope this genocide stop tomorrow morning, and my son, who's refused to leave Gaza with me and still cover the genocide for American media, and he's the only voice. When I tried to convince him to leave Gaza, he told me, sorry, Dad, come on, Dad. You teach me during last 5 wars in Gaza City to stay with strong power, to move the reality about what has happened, especially that the Israelis not allow for the foreign journalists to pass Gaza. So you ask me now to leave, I will not leave. Thank you very much.
And Jonathan, I would also like to ask you, what can the community of international journalists do in order to raise the voices on anything that we just heard from Mohammed? What's the role of journalists in this context, and what is missing at this very moment?
I have very little to say after what Mohammed said. It shouldn't be me standing here. It should be every journalist in Gaza standing here with their colleague. From where I stand, what I can say is that these awards, in the context, in the times of a genocide, in the times of an unprecedented massacre against journalists, the importance of this award is it's a proof that the efforts to smear, to defame, to accuse, to insult Gaza's journalists by the Israeli propaganda machine as it assassinates them, this award is another testament that this is failing, and so it's important, that it's not enough. We do what we can do, but the time for words is over. We need to up the pressure in every way so that the genocide and the massacre of journalists ends tonight, not just tomorrow morning. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mohammed Abad, Jonathan Dagar, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need to express more gratitude tonight. The first one goes to them, that I know is somewhere in the room, who designed the award you just seen. I don't see you. There you are. Grazie ancora. And then special thank to all the people involved in the Inside Gaza documentary and international campaign who have been helping us so much in bringing them here. Thank you so much, and let's continue. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're approaching the end of tonight, and it's always hard to move on at times when I'm on this stage in this conference, but this year feels heavier. And one thing that gives me the most hope when we all start thinking about next year's festival is the Dig Pitch, which is the award that we give to talented reporters, freelance reporters that have a documentary, an investigative documentary in a pre-production stage or writing stage, an idea maybe, or something a bit more advanced, but they need some money in order to make it go further and try to reach theaters, a final production and publication and distribution. So this is a thing that Matteo Scanni, my personal mentor and longtime friend, told me when I was 21 to be idealistic when you can actually when you're actually doing something that feels impossible. At times the pitch feels like impossible because it's not so so easy to have to face all these unexpressed talents, to be honest. And as a journalist, as an Italian journalist, we strive with economic difficulties all the time. So I don't know, it's just so special to give this award, and I think that the jury feels the same. So it's time to actually award it. And I've spoken with many people after yesterday's live session. The vibe was very, very happy among everyone about their pitches. They came from different countries, 10 projects. So we tried to honor them all. I want to thank also Susan Reber, who was the host of yesterday's Dig Pitch live session, and Serena Tinari, who was also at the mentoring, helping the teams improving their pitch before going on stage. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Serena. Before explaining to you by whom the Dig Pitch is made possible, I want to show you a video about yesterday's live session, and we watch it together. We are super proud to host such a special event.
We start with the teaser. In chains. You can't film inside. How do you manage work at previous reporting? There is a lot of change. I represent Belarusian Investigative Center.
Tre opere che rappresentano da sole i massimi vertici della pittura rinascimentale.
There is something more investigative.
There is not any difference in perception between these and a gun.
The effort to cut down the tree.
Oligarchy of Russia is behind of this.
It's really, really expensive.
What kind of
job they used to do. An independent feature documentary.
Imagine a different future.
To raise awareness about this border.
Like a balena.
The Dig Beach is entitled to Matteo Scanni since last year, and we are more than happy to have this ongoing collaboration with the Matteo Scanni Foundation that actually brings us the funds that we need to award the winning project. So I would like to invite on stage Armando Trivellini, Susanna Zatta, Angelo Miotto, and Marta Lanata, who are representatives of the foundation here with us tonight. Ciao. Prendo un microfono.
We need microphones on stage, please. Idea, okay.
There you go. Armando, if you want to, I know you will have something in that paper, right?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Matteo Scanni Foundation. My name is Armando Trivellini. I'm a filmmaker. And who was Matteo Scanni? He was one of the founders of DIG, this incredible festival of investigative journalism. From 2015 until his passing in 2022, he led it as its president. Matteo was a journalist, a documentary filmmaker, a university teacher. But more than that, he was a restless seeker of curiosity, intelligence, and beauty. The Matteo Scanni Foundation supports every year the Dig Beach, where new voices and new projects try to emerge. That was Matteo's dream, giving new talents the chance to speak in their own voice. That's why we also support a prize for young journalists at Università Cattolica, and why our mission is to keep investigative journalism alive and growing. Next January, on the anniversary of Matteo's passing, we want to bring some of the films from this year's Dig's Festival to Milan, his hometown. A small, one day only, but meaningful distribution in his memory. If you want to learn more about this event and about the foundation, check out our website. These are hard times for the truth. Matteo always reminded us, when digging for truth, never to forget the best part of ourselves, to remain and stay gold. Stay gold, Matteo. Stay gold, diggers from all over the world. Thank you.
Grazie. Grazie a te.
Okay. So, I need a drink, I guess.
So the projects, we've seen the video.
And let's see who.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the names of the projects that were competing this year. We have A Newborn, Deltopia, How the Niger Flows, Missing, Stories of Disappearance at Europe's Edge, 24 Strong, Tracking Shadow Drone Supply Lines Across Belarus and Russia, The Heist of the Century, The Americans, Out of the Ashes of Minerva, and The Oligarchs Book Club. Before awarding the prize, I would like to invite the video jury to come on stage. The president, please join me on stage. Don't act surprised. We always do this, all the time. Don't be shy, come on.
Come on. Hello.
And our big round of applause to the audio jury and the video jury.
Rullo di tamburi.
The Dig Pitch 2025 and the €15,000 grant awarded for the third time by the Matteo Scanni Foundation goes to A Newborn by Giovanni Culmone and Matteo Garavoglia.
Gratulazioni. Congratulazioni.
Sorpresa? Sorpresi. So I'm going to read the jury motivation. A Newborn meets all the DIG Festival requirements: investigative journalism, international relevance, spirit of independence, originality of the subject, audacity of reporting, and the youth of the team. Through the journey of an imprisoned and tortured Sahrawi activist, it investigates the dark side of Morocco and its violation of fundamental rights. This is a subject rarely explored, especially in the context of broad international support, particularly European, for the kingdom. Congratulations.
Microphone.
Logistically, these microphones disappear all the time. Congrats.
Wow. Thank you very much. I'm quite speechless about this. Thank you, the jury. Thank you, the Matteo Scanni Foundation. We will try to make our best in his honor too. Thanks to the DIG Festival. It's important for us to have this opportunity. And as you see in this photo, we will talk about Mohamed Dihani, a Sahrawi activist that was in prison. He's from Western Sahara, a region that is under the radar. But as Mohammed, there are still thousands and thousands political dissidents in the jails all over the world. And it's important to try to work on this. And even if we live in difficult times right now, we have a political prisoner in Egypt that last days has been freed, Al Abdel Fattah, and we can say there's still hope to do something. Thanks again. And
thank you to the jury, thank you to DIG, and of course our biggest thanks is to Mohammed, who shared his story with us and trust us, and I hope to do our best to tell his story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Maybe, Edvi, do you want to add something? Or maybe not?
I just say a few words to thanks to jury. It was a very, very smart team. We discussed very frankly. We discussed to create a sort of consensus, no fight, and to recognize this marvelous festival. It's a very big honor for me to be there. Thanks a lot. Just with my heart.
Thank you.
Well, we made it to the end, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's time to have an actual party, which is actually happening at the Giardini Ducali, close by here. We all go there together, but we cannot finish this without inviting the DIG board on stage, including Davide Fonda, and all the team to join us. We are a massive group of people that try to bring all of this together every year. Where is everybody? You have to be on stage, all of you. Guys, where are you? Guys, hello?
We have no team left. Incredible.
Where's the team?
Francesca, Minotet.
Come on. There she comes.
Dai. Come on. Prego.
Woo! And yeah, see you in 2026. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, Philip.
Thanks, Valerio. See you at the party. Thanks.
The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process.